last night we got to watch Penn State and Nebraska play, which, that last time they met was a great 5-set match in Rec Hall. And I had hopes that, it would be the same sort of match where it's just a battle, but unfortunately it was not that way, and it was in Nebraska, and everybody in the country knows that's one of the toughest places to play. So didn't go Penn State's way last night in 3.
Yeah, in 3, and really Penn State looked on their heels for the most part of the game. You had Russ Rose switching out the setters, which we talked about last week, going back and forth between Abby Dietering, who had been starting pretty much this whole season, the transfer, and then you had Brianna Weiskircher, who set all of last year. She started coming in, and I believe she started this match.
She started this match, right.
Did.
And so she started to go maybe not play as strong. He brings Dietering in, and I remember I said to you, what if this is like where she regains her starting spot? This is where she lost it. Yeah. Now she gets to come back in. Could this be the same match where she gets to regain that starting spot? But unfortunately, neither one of them just looked like they had it held down, and they kind of were going back and forth.
Right. For a little while, right, when Dietering came back in, she got a huge block, and she was really excited about it. I did feel like there was a little bit of a momentum shift, but in the end, it really wasn't enough. And we also had some switches on the right side. Heidi Thielen has been playing that spot for the whole season, and she just really was not getting it done on the right side. No. She was getting blocked. Not that all the other hitters on the team are also getting blocked. Nebraska's block is incredible. So we got to see Claire Powers. She's a transfer from St. Mary's. She came in for Heidi, and she did well for the most part.
Yeah.
She really held her own.
I was surprised that Coach Russ Rose had her in serve receive. This is someone I've been watching closely, and I haven't seen her get much playing time. So to get to go into this match where it's a hard situation, you're down. I think it was at the 3rd set that we saw her make her appearance. So at that point, it's like, I feel like when you're in that role, you just got to do all you can to help. There's what's worse. You go in and play worse than the person you went in for who already was playing bad. But I have to give her credit. She was Nebraska's serving target, and they were precise. They were right on her, and she did a good job for the most part until that last match point. They served her, and she got aced. But that is just such a hard role to be in, and I can speak from experience at Penn State, being that first sub where the team's down and you've been on the bench and you're not warm, and you just got to be thrown to the wolves. Where, if that's going to be her debut in a big match like that, it's not easy. Nebraska's. You got a sea of red of 10,000 plus people cheering against you. So, a hard position, but kudos to her for stepping up. She got a kill, I think, on her first swing, and then she passed pretty well. And given that position, mad props, girl.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting again. We said this last week. Which setter is going to take the starting spot now? Which right side is going to take the starting spot? And, these last couple matches are going to mean a lot for Penn State.
Right. And, just that matchup alone, they played so well last time they played each other. But even last night, I thought Nebraska was making some errors that a lot of missed serves. But at the end, when they start firing, this is where I think, we talked about, do we think Nebraska can repeat? And I really do. And because of the sole fact, they have, at all points in the match, a weapon at every single spot on the floor. And It's just, their outsides are just so smart and tactical with the ball, where they're putting it. If they have a double block, they know that line shot in the corner. They're just some of the smartest outside hitters I've seen. And last night, unfortunately, when Penn State only has maybe Simone Lee playing well or Franti playing well at a given time, the only way you're going to beat Nebraska is if you are matching them and firing at all cylinders the same way.
Right. I was really impressed with Nebraska's outside hitters. Andy Malloy, we saw her just go up and hit incredible line shots, and then she'll turn it around and hit the hardest 4-4 I've seen this year. So she was really impressive. Obviously, Michaela Fecke, last year's most outstanding player in the tournament. She's just keeps rolling on the same level and just hitting incredibly hard balls. Yep. Like, they just make this noise when she takes a swing. So, yeah, and then you've got the Rolfson twins.
Bouncing balls. It was, a great performance from Nebraska, and I watched a little bit of a John Cook interview today where he just was really proud of them. He thought they were focused. They executed the game plan perfectly, and, that's what you want to see at this time of year, peaking at the right time.